Hey gang, welcome back to Net Talk 757 with Dave and Keith. I'm Keith, he's Dave. So we sit down and we try and think about different things to talk about and stuff that we can share with you guys so that it can help you appreciate volleyball, maybe find a way to become better, and parents so you can understand the game maybe and point your kids in the right direction. Truth is, I know we said this earlier, but some people may not have gone back and watched our original videos, but
right.
This is all spawned from him and I just being on the phone, just talking about miscellaneous volleyball crap, and one day we were like, hey, this is good stuff, maybe we should put it on a tape.
After our phones died like 15, 20 times.
That has happened.
Right.
That has happened. Now I carry a charger in my car all the time. Actually, it's so bad, my wife, I don't even think I told you this, my phone would die so many times, my wife would try calling me constantly, that she went out and bought me one of those little things you carry.
The charger.
Yeah. And so now I'm never allowed to have it.
Right.
Matter of fact, he and I were out one time, and do you remember?
Yes.
My wife called.
It was after
so mad.
It was after a high school practice, I think.
Yes, after a high school practice last year, he and I went and grabbed a bite to eat, and my phone died, and when I got home, she was furious. Oh my God, was she mad. Anyways, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about now. Anyway, what we do want to talk about now is, here we are, club season's over, right? We don't know exactly when I'm going to be able to get this video up, so nationals may have already happened for club. They may be getting ready to happen in a week or two. As we sit here right now, AAUs start this week, right?
Yes, start in a couple days. Yep.
So the question is, what to do now? For those of you who are avid followers have seen, we've posted videos where we interviewed other players, and even the college tournament, we posted up an interview there, and Dave was talking to those college players and asked them, what did it take for you to get recruited? A number of them said, we went to camps. What was the girl, the senior from?
I think Morgan said she went to camps, and that's where she got really, not that she got noticed there, but the coaches made their final decision based off of what she did at camp.
Right. And I know Hannah Williams was in there too. She went to Liberty. She went to Liberty Camp, and I know that put her on Coach Penner's radar.
Right.
But are you going to be a parent who wants to spend all this money and send your kids all over the country to go to different camps? I don't know. But what are the options, and more importantly, Dave, why should they go to a summer camp, and what should they be looking for, or what do you think is important we should tell them?
I think it depends on the age. I think age really makes a difference in the way you attack summer camps. I think the younger you are, the more you want to go to a camp that's fun,
right,
and maybe a bunch of friends are going to, so you feel more comfortable. Do you want to go to an overnight camp? Do you want to go to a camp where it's a commuter camp? Those types of things. I think those are things you want to really look at.
Mm-hmm.
When you get older, 15, definitely 16 and 17, you want to go to camps of the schools that you may be interested in going to. That allows them, a week or whatever, however many days you're on campus, to be able to see you not only on the floor a whole lot, but to see you as a person,
mm-hmm,
as an individual. They're watching you when you're in the cafeteria. They're seeing you walk around campus. They're seeing whether you're coming into the extra early sessions, which you're going to do if you're interested in that
mm-hmm,
school or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it allows the staff, it allows their players, the college kids who are working camp, to get around you and really give the coach some good feedback of whether they feel that you would be able to fit into their program. So you really want to start looking at what schools you may be interested in, and then trying to hit those camps.
I want to interject here. What Dave said there is huge, and people don't realize this. Sometimes players think that, I'm going to go to college and play because I'm such a good hitter, or I'm such a good player. Well, college coaches don't pick you just because of that. If you're going to go to a camp and it's a school you want to go to, and you have the talent to be there, your audition or your tryout starts the second you walk on campus. When you walk up to that person and check in to say, hey, I'm here, your attitude could be, for all you know, that's the coach's wife that's checking you in.
Right.
You know, or maybe it's one of the second assistant coaches, or maybe
volunteer assistant you don't know yet.
Yeah,
right?
or maybe it's a player. It's a red-shirted sophomore who you didn't really know, but what's going to happen at the end of the day? The coach is going to sit down and say, "All right, hey, who stuck out? Who was this? Who was that?" You don't want to be that. I hate to say it, that bitchy person who was like, "Well, why is this not this?" And they're going to look at you and say, "You know what? I don't care how good she is. Her attitude sucks. I don't want her. I don't want her around." So. Everything you do, like you said, eating lunch, wherever you are, you're being watched. So you got to be cognizant of that and make sure you're making good choices and representing yourself well.
Yep. Yeah, and I think sometimes too, this sort of a little bit different direction, I guess, with summer camps. But I think the big camps, the big name camps, are fun to go to. Right. Obviously, the instruction is solid, but the smaller camps are just as good. Matter of fact, most of your bigger camps are hiring the coaches from the smaller schools to come in and coach the camp. Right. So, you're going to find a lot of the same instruction from a D3 school's camp as you are from a D1 camp, simply because the same coaches are basically working the camp. Right. Now, if you want to go to the big D1 school to be on campus for a week at that school and, get to use all the things that they have there, that's great. But I don't think necessarily the instruction is any different from the D3 camp or the D1 camp, that type of stuff. And even some of the local camps that are in clubs. I think the biggest thing is when you're looking at camps is to see who the staff is, try to get an idea of who has coached there before, because a lot of the same coaches come back year after year after year. Mm-hmm. And if you know there are some good coaches at those camps, go to those camps. And then the last thing I guess I would say with camps would be don't overdo it. This should be the time where, you're giving your body some rest. You went through high school, no sooner was high school done and you're into juniors, no sooner is juniors done, you're into camps. Then when camps are done, you're back to you're back to high school again, and then there's a juniors tryout somewhere in between there.
And maybe throw beach in there.
Throw some beach and sand in there. So at some point you need to give yourself some rest. And while camps can be a very important part of the recruitment process, it's also sometimes 3, 4, 5 straight days of 2 or 3 sessions a day of your body just continuously getting beat up. And I've seen kids come back from their 4th and 5th camp and their shoulders shot, their lower back shot, they tweaked a knee, they tweaked an ankle, and now that becomes an injury that just doesn't go away because they don't give their body enough time to rest. Right. So, I think it's something that the parents and the players have to sit down and really discuss. Hey, let's go to these 1 or 2 camps, but let's give ourselves a chance to recoup and let the body heal itself and that kind of stuff.
Right. So ultimately, you do think that, just kind of not recap, but there's 2 different types of camps. Maybe I'm right or wrong. There's the school camps, colleges, right, and that's where you can really get seen and get known. But you also do have the club camps. You kind of talked about it a little bit, so Beach Elite's running a camp, Hampton Roads Juniors, Coastal, Outbreak. All these clubs are running camps. I'm not going to sit here and say which camp is better, which camp is worse, but what you're trying to say is what? Just look at the coach, maybe look at the staff who's run them in the past, look at if they publish a curriculum or what they're going to do, and then make a decision based on that, but still be aware that you're not killing your body too much.
Right. And I think if you're feeling good and you're healthy and you want to get touches, those local camps are great because they're a little cheaper. You get to stay at home. It's not real expensive. Mom and dad doesn't need to drive you to different states to do whatever. So I think they play a very, very important role, and they're great for the younger kids who aren't real comfortable about going out of town yet and that type of stuff. Some of the local camps will do more of a, hey, come in for these 3 hours for just passing. Okay. Well, if you're struggling on passing, that would be a great camp to go to. Where some of the bigger camps, they don't do it that way. Right. It's just an all skills camp, or it's a high potential camp, or you'll see every once in a while a setters camp. Yeah. You know what I mean? But most of them are not just focusing on passing or focusing on defense or focusing on serving. I like when camps do that, local camps do that, because then if that's the thing you really feel like you're behind on, just go in and do that rather than doing all of it.
Yeah, you probably get a chance to get a lot more touches. I think I agree with that. I know I've seen some of the bigger camps, and kids are going through a line, they may only touch the ball 3 or 4 times, but some of these smaller camps, they may touch it 50.
Yes.
So
yes.
Okay.
So there's benefits to every camp. You just got to check them out. Talk to people. See what they liked about the camp, what they didn't like about the camp. Don't be overly concerned about which court you're on. I know some parents and kids get real upset about that. Well, she's not on the top court. She's not. You're there for a learning experience.
Right.
You're there to develop your skills.
Right.
The kids around you don't necessarily have to have a lot to do with that. Sometimes it does, if you're doing a group thing or whatever, but a lot of times the camps are based on individual touches. And, as long as your partner can touch the ball pretty close to where you can touch the ball, you can develop.
Yeah.
So, go and enjoy yourself, meet some new friends, check out some schools, get some touches in, but don't destroy the body in the process.
That's right. All right, well, hey, thanks again for watching Net Talk 757. Make sure you like us on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, the YouTube has this little thing that I can put up, little icon, and it used to be up here. So my earlier videos I'd always put up here, but now it's down here. So it's like right around here somewhere.
Okay.
You click on that, you can subscribe to us every time we post a new video, you'll get an email.
And if you go to a camp that you really like and you think other people would like the camp, make sure underneath the video you post what camp you went to, why you liked it, and maybe we can get some more people to those camps.
Absolutely, and send us an email if there's a topic you'd like us to talk about. So, Thanks again for watching.
Keep digging.